friends, it's Jara. Welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Jara and I make videos about faith, fashion, and lifestyle. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new. Well, friends, it's been a minute. I don't think I have literally filmed since our trip to Oregon. I don't know when I uploaded that. It might have been in October. Dang. It's been a minute. I wanted to film just to give you guys a little bit of a life update. I haven't filmed in a while, like I said, and I've missed it. I've just been adjusting to some life changes recently, and I've been trying to prioritize resting, and with the new year and everything, different goals and whatnot. So I haven't filmed, and I wanted to wait until I felt like I was ready to film. So here we are. However many months later. Let's not talk about it. I know I'm the worst ever. But anyway, how are you guys? I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Very belated because it's almost March. Belated. Is that the right word? Very delayed. Is belated a word? Yes. I don't know. But anyway, very delayed. It's almost March, but you know, whatever. Hope you guys had a good new year, a good holidays, all that jazz. Yeah, I hope that this setup is going good because I know this, I haven't used this little tripod thing in forever, and oh shoot, don't come after me, Copper. Okay, we're good. The police officer like pulled out right as I was passing by him, and that really scared me. Fun fact, I've never been pulled over, and I've been driving for, oh, that cop was looking at me too. Why is everyone looking at me today? I don't know what's going on. I've been driving for, let's see, I think I got my permit when I was 16, so that's for like 6 years I've been driving, and I've never been pulled over, and I'm proud of that. Okay, imagine if today that's what gets caught on camera. That would be awful. I'm getting off topic. Okay, I've been good. Pretty much the biggest life update is that, oh, what is going on today? Oh my gosh. Police, fire truck. Okay. Anyway, this is a weird start to the morning. Oh, pretty much my biggest life change is that I got a new job. And now that I have, I can kind of share the journey I've been on with my job search, because it has been a very long process. And honestly, the way that it all happened is just a testimony to God's faithfulness and His goodness. So I would love to share it all with you and kind of give you insight to the whole process I've been through. So let's get into it. That was a long intro, kind of. So in last year, early spring, so in 2023, early spring, I realized that I wanted to start looking for a new job. Now, there's a few different things that go into it. So my role itself, I worked as pretty much a virtual personal stylist. The role itself I loved. I loved my job, like working with customers, and I honestly did really well at it. I think I excelled well in sales and things like that, and I pretty much got to pick out outfits all day and leave notes for clients and things like that, and I really enjoyed it. And so the reasons that I wanted to look for a new job was that first, there was no room for growth at this position. The only other like way you could move up was to be like a manager or something like that, and I didn't want to be like a retail store manager. So I didn't see any room for growth, which tends to start feeling kind of discouraging to me. I think I had been there for over a year at that point, and I was like, I just like do the same exact thing every single day, and there's no opportunities for me to do anything else, which was discouraging. Another thing is that with Cove, he was supposed to start coming home for longer during the summers. We were supposed to have like split summers, and so I was kind of panicking, like, I need to have a job that's flexible where I can work from home sometimes or something where I'm going to be able to be with him more often, because I don't want him to come be with his dad for a week and then, you know, Richard obviously works and he works full time, and I was like, I need to be able to be there to support and help wherever I can. And with this job, I was able to pick my own hours and stuff, but it all had to be in person. And then the atmosphere was not the best for me. I am grateful for the opportunity, and there was some coworkers that I really loved and I was friends with, but I'll just leave it at, I had a mean girl atmosphere. I felt a mean girl atmosphere sometimes there, and I didn't always feel like I was given the respect or recognition that I deserved for how much work I did and how I pretty much took over that side of the business. So, oh, please hold, my husband's calling me. Okay, I'm back. So because of those reasons, I was looking for a new job. And I started looking, I think in March of 23, for all the way until like November. I was looking for a job and nothing was working out. It was very, very discouraging to me. I was so confused because I had felt like God was telling me that my season at that job was going to come to an end. So I was confused as to why he would tell me that, but then I was literally looking for a job for like 8 months. And there is another cop behind me. And honestly, it was really hard on me. I questioned, and it was hard on my faith. I was very confused and exhausted. I also wanted to help provide financially for my family in different ways, and we've been wanting to start saving up for a down payment for a house and stuff like that. And with that job, there was only minimal hours I could work, and there wasn't, you know, much opportunity. I didn't make commission or anything like that, so it was a very set hourly rate and very minimal hours. So it was like I was barely making any money. So then there was like, I don't remember when it was, maybe August or so, there was a job that I had found online where I applied and I was able to have an interview. And it was a remote, I don't remember what it was like a virtual stylist pretty much, where I could work from home and I would be like an assistant to this personal stylist based in New York, and I felt like the job was perfect for me. The pay was a lot better. It was going to be full-time, I believe, and I thought it was going to be perfect for me. I interviewed for it. I was like, God provided me this job, like, and I was looking for any type of job at this point. I was like, any work from home, customer service, and everything I applied for, nothing ever happened for it. I was so confused by that. I was like, I'll take anything at this point. If it's going to bring flexibility and like better pay, I will make the sacrifice and like pretty much get a job I hate. So I loved that job. I thought it was going to be perfect for me, and then I didn't get the job. So that was really hard for me and confusing. During this time also, I think I realized that I didn't want to be in the fashion industry anymore. I had worked in fashion for like 4 years now, something maybe 5 years. And by the time I ended up leaving that job as the stylist, I had been there for like going on 2 years. And the atmosphere was really hard for me. I felt like, I didn't mention this, but there's always a pressure to buy new clothes. There's always a pressure to have the latest trends and to be be really elevated and have expensive brand names and things like that. And that's not really who I am. I love fashion, as you guys know. I went to and got, I completed a fashion and design program when I was in school and things like that. And I've always loved fashion. But being in the retail and corporate like industry of it was not good for me. I didn't feel like I really got to be creative or be myself really, where I'm happy with the clothes I have. I like to get new things every once in a while, but I'm not big on brand names. I'm not big on fancy trends and like diving into every micro trend that comes around. That's just not who I am. And I felt like at my job, I was like looked down upon for that. And it was really hard on my self-esteem. So there was that as well. So I felt like maybe during this job search, I was like, maybe I shouldn't be in fashion anymore. You know, it hasn't been the best for me mentally, and it's kind of taken the fun out of it for me, and what fashion means to me and how I enjoy it was no longer there. So I think it was in November, I saw a job listing for, I think it was called like a studio assistant or something, at an art gallery here. And I was like, that would be really cool, because I love art. I have been an artist since I was pretty young, and I took art all throughout school, and I just love art. And so I was like, I love all things creative, really. And I thought that would be a good change up from, you know, fashion. I still would get to be creative, maybe. I didn't really know. So I applied to this job. A few days passed, I didn't really hear anything, and then they reached out and was like, well, I already filled this position. And I was like, great. But I have a salesperson position available. I look at the listing for the salesperson. It was like full-time, in-person, and salesy. And I also was trying to lean away from like my whole job only being sales, just because that's also can be a lot of mental load, you know, where you're so focused on your sales. So I was like, I didn't even want to interview for it, because I was like, I don't even think this will work for me. The hours aren't going to work for me. I need to be available in the summertime more so to be able to be there for Cove and our family and stuff. And we're going to be traveling here and there. And I don't think this is going to work for me. But for some reason, I felt like I should have went. And my husband encouraged me to go to the interview anyway. So went to the interview, sat down, started talking with the owner, and the more we talk, she starts to ask me more and more about my, you know, current job that I was, you know, looking to leave for. That I was currently looking to leave. The more we talk and she asks me about it, she's like, so you pretty much curate custom pieces for people and explain it to them and send it to them. And I was like, that's what I do. And she was like, well, we do something very similar where we send custom proposals, like a list of recommendations to people. And it's all artwork, obviously, because it's a gallery. And she's like, we've done that here and there, but it's never been one person's job, and we've never really leaned into it as being like someone's job. So the more her and I start talking about it, the more she starts getting really excited and is like, you could do this pretty much. And she was like, this is not a job. She's like, I'm like creating a position for you right now as we talk, because this is not an actual job that I have open or anything, but I think this is something that could work. And the whole time she was like, my mind is blown. I don't know how this could have happened. And I'm sitting there like, this is crazy, you know? And then she's like, well, it could get to the point where you can completely work at home. And, you know, I was going to receive a raise and all this stuff. And that was going to be all the things I looked for were, you know, I could work from home if I need to. I could travel if I need to and still do it or whatever. I pretty much get to choose when I come into the gallery to work. And God literally worked it out insanely perfect for me, to where she was like, I don't know how this could happen, because this is so crazy, and I've never met anybody who has like experience like you do that would align perfectly with this. And I'm like, it's the Lord. It is the Lord. He literally created this perfect position for me. And like, it's even the smaller things that like I appreciate so much about it. Like, I don't really have to worry about what I'm wearing to work. We literally all wear like neutral, simple stuff, and that's just the expectation. So even that, it's like, that's how I already dress. I wear neutrals most of the time, with like earth tones here and there. I dress really simply. It's things that I love that God integrated into this job for me perfectly. And it was bizarre. And so I left my other job at the end of December. So I started at this job the first week of January. And it has been amazing. I think it's also been somewhat challenging because this is a brand new position that was just created for me. It's also like a local business. This isn't a corporate thing where, you know, you start a job and you have very specific role and like you have the training videos and like all this stuff, you know what I mean? Which is what I've been used to. And this job was created for me. And so we've been figuring out these last couple months, like, how can we make it better? How can we be successful? How can, you know, all these different things that we're figuring out as we go, which is an experience I haven't had before. Doesn't mean it's a good experience. It's just a different process of a job than what I've ever had before. But I don't feel exhausted from my job anymore. I go into the gallery twice a week. I only work 4 days a week. So I work 2 from home and 2 at the gallery, depending on the week. Sometimes I might only go to the gallery 1 day that week. And it's awesome. Like in March, me and my sister are going to California for 10 days on a trip, and I get to work the whole time. Like, I get to bring my computer and I'll just work while I'm there. And it's so convenient and perfect for me. Like, every single thing I was looking for in a job, God handed to me on a silver platter and was like, here you go. It was unfathomable, truthfully. I was like in shock. Going into that interview, like I said, I had no expectation of it working out for me. I was like, full-time salesperson, in person, that's just not gonna work. There's no way. And let me just encourage you guys that if there is situations like this where you feel like it won't work out for you, have faith. If you feel in you like God's giving you discernment to try anyway or go anyway or whatever it is, He can literally create something completely new for you, or change something completely for you, or work it out however. Like, even when we examine things, I think in our lives where we're like, there's no way this is gonna happen. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get out of this, or I'm gonna be stuck here forever. That's how I started to feel at that job. I was going on 2 years there. I was having no prospects. And I was like, am I literally just gonna always be at this job for the rest of my life? Like, what is the deal? And everything happens for a reason. I was waiting because the gallery wasn't ready for me yet. It wasn't ready for me yet. There was no openings. She wasn't looking to hire anybody on during all of those months I was looking. But because I was looking all those months, I feel like it prepared my heart and I was ready for a new season. So anyway, I'm pulling into work. So, long story short, I don't know if I need to continue this video after I get off of work, maybe, to kind of wrap things up for you guys and see if there's anything other updates in my life. I think that's what I might do, or just to film my outro so I don't feel rushed. But I'm gonna be back after work. Well, I'm off from work and I forgot to finish my outro. So anyway, I don't think there's anything else I need to add for this video. Maybe. I don't know how long this video is, truthfully. I've been saying this for forever. I know I have been. I'm so sorry. But I am planning on filming an update from my testimony because I have now been 4 years free from pornography addiction, which is amazing. I still get a lot of questions on that video and interactions with it, and I think it'd be easier to make one video kind of giving people a life update and talking about some of the most asked questions than to like individually respond to thousands of comments. So I have been planning on doing that for forever now, but I do think that that'll hopefully be my next video. So keep an eye out for that. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, we should be friends. It's at Jara Douse, all together, and I post on there some fun reels and stuff about outfits and life updates, things like that. So I would love to be friends on there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm glad I got to film a little bit for the first time in a very long time. So sorry. I miss you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.